HitCheck, a cognitive assessment aid available for download as an app on iPhone and Android. HitCheck brings you fast, easy, personalized assessment aid to the sideline anywhere you play or practice. HitCheck is a proud supporter of the Typhus Safety Initiative. For more information about HitCheck, visit their website at hitcheck.com or by email at info@hitcheck.com. Game Day Films is a one-stop photography and filming shop for coaches, athletes, and families. From technology coaches need to teach their young athletes to the video parents will love to share, Game Day Films take care of it all. They love what they do and do what they love. Game Day Films is a proud partner of the Texas Youth Football and Cheer Association. Contact Game Day Films for booking and information at 713-430-6636 or by email at info@gamedayfilms.com. Shadowman Sports, their mission to create smarter sports environments through preventative design. They want players to train smarter, play longer, and perform better. Check out the Shadowman Pro, Shadowman Junior, the Shadow Block, Shadow Drive, and Shadow Arms on their website at shadowmansports.com or call them at 650-240-1217 for more information. Shadowman Sports is a proud supporter of the Typhus Safety Initiative. Shadowman Sports. Train smarter, play longer, perform better. Game Breaker, powered by D3O Impact Protection. Game Breaker headgear is available in 11 different color options, all of which can be completely customized with heat-transferred logos made on demand in San Antonio, Texas. Game Breaker is a proud sponsor of the Typhus Safety Initiative and sponsor of the Typhus Radio Player of the Game Award. Make Game Breaker a part of your team's efforts to ensure safe play. Go to GameBreaker.com or call Daniel Moreno at 210-373-7840. Check them out and order yours today. Game Breaker. Protect the player. Protect the game.
Points, cash, gear, sports. With a Dick's Scorecard, you earn points on all your purchases and get 3% back in rewards and access to exclusive deals and events. It's simple. Points lead to cash to buy gear so you can play more sports. Get your Dick's Scorecard and start earning reward certificates today. Every season starts at Dick's.
Get your Dick's Sporting Goods scorecard and start earning today. Get 3% back in rewards when you use your scorecard. See store for details. It's the 2018 Typhus State Cheer Competition, November 3rd at the Bell County Expo Center. Cheer squads from all over Typhus will converge and compete for the right to be crowned champions. Who will be this year's grand champion? Come out and support your cheerleaders as they cheer, stunt, and dance their way to a title. And hey, don't forget the Parents Team Competition. It's the 2018 Typhus State Cheer Competition at the Bell County Expo Center, Saturday, November 3rd. Come get your cheer on. It's a cheer thing. You're listening to Typhus Radio, part of the Typhus Sports Network. You're in the zone on Typhus Radio. Typhus Radio is sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods, TM Sportswear, HitCheck, Game Day Films, Masters Transportation, Game Breaker, and Shadowman Sports. And now, the host of the Zone, Kenny Long.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Zone here on Typhus Radio. Glad that I actually have my voice back. 4 days, 12 football games takes its toll on someone's throat. I'm telling you, it definitely takes its toll, and it did on me. By the time I got home from San Antonio Sunday night, I think I was barely able to squeak out a noise. Couldn't even finish talking on the phone to the wife as I was driving, simply because I just couldn't even push a note out of my throat. It was the craziest thing. But that'll happen when you do 12 football games in 4 days. 12 football games in 4 days. Of course, I did a little community service thing. Got roped into doing a set of three middle school games out in Columbus, Texas, for the Columbus Cardinals, the junior high Cardinals. Had a great time doing that. Then, of course, I had a Friday night game for high school football on TSRN Sports. Did that out in Bernie. Then we took the trip out to Killeen, Texas, did 4 games in Killeen. Mind you, those 4 games in Killeen, when I left San Antonio that early morning to make the drive up there, I think the temperature in Cibolo, Texas was about 78, 76 degrees. Just had a rainstorm blow through, and the street that my car was parked on was a raging river. So, of course, my feet get wet right off the bat. So on the drive up to Killeen, I got the heater down on the floor, drying my shoes and my socks as I'm driving. And then I get up to Killeen, and it's not raining. Mind you, it's not raining. But what it was doing was it was cold. And I'm not talking like, an ice cold, northerner blowing through, but it was cool. The temperature was cool out there. The fields were wet. The grass was wet. I called the field we were at for the Killeen Chiefs. I was calling it the Muddy Swamp because that's basically what it was. There was a section of the field in the middle that was already muddy, but there was standing water on top of it as well. The only 2 good spots on that football field were actually from the 20-yard line to the end zone, and that just went to pot as we started playing the games throughout the day. So I ended up going through 4 football games with soaking wet feet, and it wasn't warm. It was cool. So needless to say, when I woke up on Sunday to go to San Antonio and do the games for the Predators and the JYSF Venom, I already wasn't feeling too hot. I had pruned feet from the day before. I was stuffy. It didn't rain, luckily, out there in Killeen, but it might as well have rained. I was so wet. I was so filthy. And then I go out and I do 4 more football games on Sunday. By the time I got done with that last football game, if you were listening to the broadcast, you probably heard my throat go from what it is right now, and even now I'm still having a little problem with it. But you probably heard me sounding more like a bullfrog towards the end of that football game. Yeah, it was a very, very long day. It was a long weekend, but you know what? It was well worth it. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing the play-by-play of these games and watching these kids perform out on the football field. So it was all worth it. Didn't have much of a voice Monday. Came back about late Monday evening, early Tuesday morning. Had a business phone call about 10 o'clock Tuesday morning. Got on the call, and the guy was like, "Wow, it sounds like you just got up. Did I wake you up? Did you just get out of bed?" And I'm like, "No, I've been up for about 3-4 hours now." But that's how my throat was sounding. But it was a great time. We had a good time. We're going to go over those games. A lot of things coming up. Week 3 in the books. Week 4 coming up. Would you believe that we are just about halfway through the regular season? Can you believe it? That the halfway point of the season is almost here. There are still good teams in Taifa. Randall Duhan. I hate to break the news to you, but there are some good teams. I didn't even mention Bulldogs or Texans. I didn't even say that at all. I did mention Predators. I mentioned Venom, the Chiefs, the Cowboys. If you ain't been here, Randall, then you don't know. See, Randall, if I'm correct, Randall is out there in Houston, and he thinks that everything's in Houston. That all great teams are in Houston only. And I hate to break it to you, but that's not the case. Not the case at all. So a lot of great football being played throughout the state, including Houston, as the Southwest Houston Junior Marlins, the Cy-Fair Ravens out there getting it done. The Midland Horned Frogs jumping in there. I'm going to talk about them Horned Frogs. I was checking out the scores.
They put it on a team that I constantly see on social media beating that chest, the Odessa Broncos. I'm always hearing about the Odessa Broncos, how they can do this, how they can do that. How they're this, how they're that. But they nearly they almost got swept. We'll take a look at those scores. Horned Frogs and the Odessa Broncos matched up in Week 3 last Saturday, and Horned Frogs got 3 of the 4. The only game they lost was the junior game. I guess the Odessa Broncos are just loading up on that junior team. That's their bread and butter. That's their flagship. Guess they're not worried about those other levels. They're just worried about the juniors. That's all they're worried about. San Antonio Predators Jr. calling themselves the greatest show on turf. We'll talk about those games as we were out there this weekend. We had a great time out there. We're going to take a look at the standings, see how things have shaped up. We're not going to run through all the scores. You can go to Typha.com, take a look at the scores. But we're going to talk about the top 10 as usual, as we usually do. And, of course, at 9 o'clock, the 9 o'clock hour, I'm going to open up the phone lines at 979-353-4421. 979-353-4421. We'll open up the phone lines just like we did last week. Had a great time doing it, and we're going to take your requested predictions on the games that you want to know about. And we're going to make it real quick. When you call in and I answer the line, I'm going to ask you, what's your name, where are you calling from? You're going to tell me your name, where you're calling from, and the game you want predicted. That's how we're going to do this. We're going to whip through it and get as many calls as we can. Now, if you're calling in and it disconnects, that's probably because I'm already on the line. Keep trying. Just keep dialing in. I've only got the one line, only one person here that can answer it, so I have to do that in order to clear it and also to keep it from ringing behind me as I'm trying to talk to the person or talk about what I'm doing. We'll go through them as quickly as we can. Again, 979-353-4421. That's the number to call for your predictions, your prediction request, and we'll get through those as quickly as we possibly can and do as many as we can. We're only going to do it between 9 and 9:30. So I'm giving you 30 minutes to get your call in and ask for your predictions. As things are starting to shape up, I'm starting to get a little bit of a clearer picture. We'll take a look at the standings as we do them and see the matchups, see where they're at based on their games. Somebody asked me earlier, don't start any of the gossip until later on. The only gossip I got is the San Antonio Jaguars lost to True Blue in the junior Division 2, 24-13. Wow, how'd you let that happen? Had a great day going. 50-0 in the flag, 31-0 in the Tykes, 55-0 in the rookies. But your juniors couldn't get it done. Couldn't get the sweep. That True Blue Juniors team is a good team. It's a good team. Second time first time I saw them, they had a fantastic game in the Mud Bowl against the Junior Brahmas. Now, obviously, they put it on the San Antonio Jaguars, 24-13. True Blue out of San Antonio, Ashton. They've been around. They're D2. You don't like to pay attention to D2, so don't worry about it. And, of course, game day continues this weekend as I make the trip to Irving, Texas. Up there between Dallas and Fort Worth for the Irving Ballas, taking on the DFW Outlaws. You'll have those games live here on Typha Radio. As we get the road show continues. We are now completely booked for the regular season, as October 20th has been booked, as the Texas Spartans will